GK Jain Schools. At school, we build futures. Good evening, children. This is Padma from GK Jain Schools. Let us continue with complex numbers from 12th Maths. In today's class, we are going to see about conjugate of a complex number, geometrical representation, and its properties of a complex number. Let's move on to the topic now. Let's move on to the next topic of complex number, conjugate of a complex number. So in this section we are going to study about the conjugate of a complex number, its geometrical representation and properties with examples. First, conjugate of a complex number. The conjugate of a complex number x plus iy is defined as the complex number x minus iy. The complex conjugate z is denoted by z bar. To get the conjugate of a complex number, simply change I by minus I. For example, 2 plus 5i is there means you have to write the conjugate as 2 minus 5i. Okay. Now, the geometrical representation. Two complex numbers x plus iy and x minus iy are conjugate to each other. The conjugate is useful in division. That is, division of a complex number and conjugate are more or less the same. The conjugate number can be replaced with a real number in the denominator by multiplying the numerator and denominator by the conjugate of the denominator. This is nothing but the rationalizing the denominator concept. You all remember, no? That's what they have mentioned. This process is similar to rationalizing the denominator to remove surds. Same will be applying here. Now, properties of complex conjugates means these complex conjugates will also satisfy all the conditions like addition, multiplication. See the first property, z1 bar, z1 plus z2 the whole bar can be written as z1 bar plus z2 bar. Next, z1 minus z2 the whole bar can be written as z1 bar minus z2 bar. Third one, the product z1 into z2 the whole bar is z1 bar into z2 bar. Fourth, the division, z1 by z2 the whole bar can be written as z1 bar by z2 bar where z2 is not equal to 0. Fifth, the real part of z can be written as z plus z bar by 2. Sixth, the imaginary part of z can be written as z minus z bar by 2i. So these are all the properties, various properties of the complex conjugate, and you have to go through the rest of the properties also. Seventh is z power n the whole power n can be written as z bar the whole power n. And eighth, z is real if and only if z is equal to z bar. Ninth, z is purely imaginary if and only if z is equal to minus z bar. Tenth, z bar the whole bar is equal to z. Now we have seen all the concepts related with exercise 2.4. Let us move on to the example sums first. After that we'll see the exercise. Example 2.3. Write 3 plus 4i by 5 minus 12i in the x plus iy form. Hence find its real and imaginary parts. And here what x plus iy means, it is nothing but writing them in the rectangular form which we learnt in the previous exercise. So 3 plus 4i by 5 minus 12i. So in the denominator we are having a complex number 5 minus 12i. So its conjugate we have to multiply and divide by its conjugate. So if it is minus 12i we have to multiply and divide by plus 12i. So 3 plus 4i by 5 minus 12i into 5 plus 12i by 5 plus 12i. Now in the numerator we have to multiply, and in the denominator you can apply a minus b, a plus b, that is a square minus b square. So it will be 5 square minus 12i the whole square, and in the numerator 5 into 3 15, 5 into 4 20i, again 12 into 3 36i, and 12 into 4 is 48, I into I is I square, and in the denominator 5 square is 25, 12 square is 144, and I square is minus 1. So we are getting it to be minus 33 plus 56i by 169, and we are asked to write them in the rectangular form, that is finding its real and imaginary parts. So now we will split this expression, that is 3 plus 4i by 5 minus 12i is equal to minus 33 by 169, that is the real part, plus I into 56 by 169, that is the imaginary part which is in the x plus iy form. So this is how we have to do. Now we will move on to the next sum. Example 2.4. Simplify 1 plus I by 1 minus I the whole power 3 minus 1 minus I by 1 plus I the whole power 3. See the question carefully. This is 1 plus I by 1 minus I, and this is 1 minus I by 1 plus I. Means this expression is an inverse of the previous expression. So once you have found the value of this expression, if you take inverse of that value itself, you will get the answer for this one. Okay. So first we will consider this expression 1 plus I by 1 minus I, and then later on we can take cube. Okay. So first 1 plus I by 1 minus I into, here denominator you are having 1 minus I. So multiply and divide by 1 plus I, 1 plus I. So 1 into 1, 1 into I into 1 I, and I into I is I square. And the denominator you can use formula a minus b, a plus b is nothing but a square minus b square. So 1 square minus I square. So what is that? Here 1 plus I will become 2I, and I square is minus 1, so 1 and minus 1 will get cancelled, and in the denominator I square is minus 1, so minus of minus will become 2, so both the 2 will get cancelled, and you are getting the answer to be I. So 1 minus I, that is next expression. What is the next expression? 1 minus I by 1 plus I. So 1 minus I by 1 plus I is nothing but the inverse of this expression, that is 1 plus I by 1 minus I the whole power minus 1. So what is the value we got for here for this expression? I. So I power minus 1 means it is 1 by I. 1 by I means multiplying and dividing by I, you will get I by I square. What is I square? Minus 1. So it is nothing but minus I. So 1 minus I by 1 plus I is minus 1. Now what is the thing we have to get? That is 1 plus I by 1 minus I the whole cube minus 1 minus I by 1 plus I the whole cube. So now we will substitute 1 plus I by 1 minus I the whole cube minus 1 minus I by 1 plus I the whole cube is equal to, for this expression we got it to be I, and for this expression we got it to be minus I. So I cube. What is I cube? See, I'll write it here. I cube, I can write it as I square into I. What is I square? Minus 1 into I, which is nothing but minus I, right? So this method will apply here also. So we'll, for I cube we'll get it as minus I. Again this is minus I cube, right? So minus I cube means there will be a minus sign, so you'll get it to be a minus into minus, we'll get it to be plus I. So already there is a minus here, so minus I is minus 2I. So the expression for 1 plus I by 1 minus I minus 1 minus I by 1 plus I the whole cube is equal to minus 2I. So we have done both the example sums. Now let's move on to the exercise now. See, exercise 2.4. The first sum consists of 3 subdivisions. I have done the third subdivision, and rest of the 2 subdivisions you can do. Write the following in the rectangular form. So whatever they have given, you have to simplify and bring it to the rectangular form. So now see here, I am having 3I the whole bar, means I have to write the conjugate of 3I, and then I have to add it with 1 by 2 minus I. So first I will name, let z is equal to 3I the whole bar plus 1 by 2 minus I. Now if z is equal to x plus iy, what is the conjugate of that? That is z bar. Z bar is nothing but x minus iy. So I am having 3I. The whole bar means I have to write the conjugate for this, that is nothing but minus 3I plus 1 by 2 minus I into multiply and divide by its conjugate. Here it is minus I, means 2 plus I by 2 plus I. Now minus 3I plus 2 plus I divided by a minus b, a plus b, that is a square minus b square, that is 2 square minus I square. Now z is equal to minus 3I plus 2 plus I divided by 2 square is 4 and I square is minus 1, so it will become plus 1. So z is equal to minus 3I plus 2 plus I by 5. Now take LCM, so this 5 will go to this side, so this will become 5 into minus 3I plus 2 plus I by 5. So z is equal to minus 15I plus I plus 2 divided by 15, that is minus 14I by plus 2 by 5. Now to write in the rectangular form, what you have to do? It is the real part plus imaginary part. So z becomes, what is this? What is the real part here? The number without I. So 2 by 5 minus 14 by 5 into I, which is in the rectangular form. Now we will move on to the third sum. If z1 is equal to 2 minus I and z2 is equal to minus 4 plus 3I, find the inverse of z1 z2 and z1 by z2. So here also there are 2 subdivisions I have done for z1 z2. You can do it for z1 by z2. Okay. Now first I have to find what is z1 and z2. So 2 minus I into minus 4 plus 3I. So now when I am multiplying, minus 4 into 2 minus 8, minus into minus plus 4 into I 4I, 3 into 2 6I, and 3 into I is 3 and minus sign is there, minus I into I square is I square, again I square is minus 1. So minus 8 plus 10I, this minus into minus will become plus. So z1 z2 I am getting it to be minus 5 plus 10I. Now inverse of z1 z2 means it is 1 by z1 z2. So 1 by z1 z2 is equal to 1 by minus 5 plus 10I, means I have to multiply and divide by the conjugate. Conjugate means I have to change the sign of the imaginary part alone. So this will be minus 5. This minus 5 sign will not change. Okay, we'll change the sign only for the imaginary part. So minus 5 minus 10i by minus 5 minus 10i. So the numerator will remain the same. Denominator you can apply a square minus b square. That is minus 5 the whole square minus 10i the whole square. So minus 5 minus 10i by 25 plus 100. So I can take 5 outside. So 5 and 125 will get cancelled. So inverse of z1 and z2 is minus 1 by 25 into 1 plus 2i. Here one more hint can be done here, that is z1 by z2. For z1 by z2 you can do z2 by z1 also, because inverse, they are asking the inverse of z1 by z2, no? So inverse of z1 by z2 is nothing but 1 by z1 by z2, which is nothing but z2 by z1. So that way also you can find it out. Okay, now we'll move on to the fourth sum. The complex number uv and v or uv and w are related by 1 by u is equal to 1 by v plus 1 by w if v is equal to 3 minus 4i and w is equal to 4 plus 3i. Find u in the rectangular form. So this is the only hint we are having, and v value, w value are given. So it was given that 1 by u is equal to 1 by v plus 1 by w. So I'll write as it is. 1 by u is equal to 1 by, I'll write my v, and 1 by w I have written. Now I'll take LCM. So 4 plus 3i will go to that side and 3 minus 4i will go to this side. Now in the numerator 4 plus 3 will become 7, plus 3i minus 4i will become minus i, and in the denominator I have to multiply. 4 into 3 12, 4 into minus 4 is minus 16, I will be as it is, and 3 into 3 9, I have to write, and 4 3s are 12, plus into minus minus, I into I square. Again I square will take the value minus 1. So this will become, this minus 69 9i will become minus 7, and minus 12 will become plus 12 because of the I square. So 1 by u I am having it to be 7 minus I by 24 minus 7i. If 1 by u is equal to this expression, what about u? I have to take the reciprocal, that is 24 minus 7i by 7 minus I. Now u will be 24 minus 7i by 7 minus I into multiplying and dividing by its conjugate, that is 7 plus I by 7 plus I. 24 minus 7i into 7 plus I by 7 minus I into 7 plus I. That is a plus b, a minus b, a square minus b square. So I am getting it to be 168 minus 49i plus 24i minus 7i square. What is I square? I square is nothing but minus 1. So this will become plus 7. And here minus 49i plus 24i is minus 25i. And in the denominator it will become 49 plus 1. So you are having 168 minus 25i plus 7. That is nothing but minus 25i plus 175 divided by 50. So I can take the 25 outside and cancel, and getting the u value to be 1 by 2 into 7 minus I. So this is how we have to do. In today's class, we saw about the conjugate of a complex number, geometrical representation and its properties. It is a lengthier exercise only. So we'll see about this exercise and its related example sums in next class also. Thank you, children.